Hi. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to find the equation of a line from 2 points. So basically, how you find the equation of the line from 2 points is we'll do it in 2 steps. So step 1 is we'll find the slope of the line. Okay. So if we just label this point x1 and label that point y1 and then label this point x2 and label this point y2, by definition the slope m is equal to my bad. So by definition the slope is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And so we just sub in the values for x and y. So y2 is 6 minus y1, which is 0, divided by x2 is 2 minus x1, which is 0. So the slope is 6 over 2. And 6 over 2 can be simplified if you just divide by 2 and for the numerator and denominator. This is 3. So the slope m is equal to 3. Okay, good. And so we can go on to step 2. So step 2 in this case is we just use the equation y is equal to mx plus c to find the equation of the line. And then we already know when we calculated that m is equal to 3. So y is equal to 3x plus c. You can use a b. It's all up to you, honestly. I like c, but you can use a b. And we just need to pick a point. And if you're lazy like me, to find the value of b, you would pick this point because it just makes it easier, but you can pick either point. So if you pick this point, it says that when x is 0, y is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 3 times 0 plus b. 0 is equal to 0 plus b, which tells us that 0 is equal to b. So the equation of this line is y is equal to 3x plus 0, or just y is equal to 3x, because you can leave out the 0. Okay, cool. So we move on to the next problem. So in this problem, we do the same thing. So basically we find the slope, and so if we label this x1 and we label that y1 and we label this x2 and we label that y2, our slope m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, y2 is 2, so this is 2 minus y1, which is 0, divided by x2, which is 1, minus x1, which is 0. So our slope here is 2 over 1, and 2 over 1 is just 2. Okay, and then so this would be our step 1, would be just finding the slope. And then step 2 is we use the equation y is equal to mx plus b to find the equation. So again, well, you could use this point because it's easy, but I'll use that one. We already found that m is equal to 2. So I have y is equal to 2x plus b. And then if we use this point, it tells us that x is 1 when y is 2. So we can do 2 is equal to 2 times 1 plus b. So 2 is equal to 2 plus b. And if we subtract 2 on both sides to get rid of this 2, we get that 0 is equal to 0 plus b, or that b is equal to 0. So the equation of this line is y is equal to 2x plus 0, or just y is equal to 2x if we want to be neat. Okay, cool. So these first two are a bit easy. We shall move on to more challenging ones. Like I expect this one to be slightly more challenging, but it's the same process. So step one is we'll just find the slope first, okay? And we just label this point x1, we label that y1, and we have to label this point x2, and we label that point y2. So the slope m is equal to change in y, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, so the value of y2 is 3 minus y1, which is 1, all divided by x2 is 2 minus no, x2 isn't 2 actually. X2 is that value that. So x2 is 4 minus x1 when x1 is 2. Okay. So this then is just 2 plus 3 minus 1 is 2 divided by 4 minus 2, which is 2. And 2 minus 2 is 1 if we just divide numerator by 2 and denominator by 2. 1 over 1 is just 1. So then we do the second step. So step 2 is we'll use the equation y is equal to mx plus b, already knowing that we've calculated m to be 1. And we just have to pick a point between these two. I prefer working with this point, but you can just get the result working with this point as well. So this point tells us that x is 2 when y is 1. Okay, so we can start off by writing that y is equal to 1x plus b. Okay, from knowing that m is 1, the value of m is 1. And so we can sub in these values. So 1 is equal to 2 is equal to 1 times 2 plus b. Okay, so 1 is equal to 2 plus b. And then we just have to subtract 2 on both sides. Okay, to get 1 minus 2 is -1, and 2 minus 2 is equal to 0 plus b. So we get that b is equal to -1. Okay, so the equation for this line here is then now y is equal to 1x minus 1, but we can just leave this one out and write y equals 2x minus 1 if we want to be neat, which I think is it's a good thing to be neat. Okay, cool. So I hope you guys are learning something from this. So we go on to work on a different, like it's the same type of problem. And we would do the first step, which is find the slope as step 1. We label that point x1, we label that point y1, and we label that point x2, and we label that point y2. So the slope m is equal to y2 minus y1, all divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, y2 is a 4 minus y1, which is 0, all divided by x2. x2 is 0 minus, remember to always have that minus minus -2 for x1. So this is just 4 divided by these two guys will collude to give us a positive. So it's 4 over 2 And 4/2 is, if you just divide both numerator by denominator by 2, you get a 2 here, you get a 1 there, so it's 2/1, which is just equal to 2. Okay, so m is 2. And then we go on to find to step 2, which will be, we use the equation y equals mx plus b, given that we have already found that m is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2x plus b. And we'll use this point. We'll use that point. Well, when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 4. So 4 is equal to 2 times 0 plus b. So 4 is equal to 0 plus b, or just b is equal to 4. Okay. And so this tells us that our equation is y is equal to 2x plus 4. Okay, good. And let's just hop on and do one last problem, which is going to be fun, I guess. So we'll do step 1 again, which is we'll just find the slope. So find slope. And we'll label that point x1, we'll label that point y1, and we'll label this point x2, and we'll label that point y2. So the slope m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And that is y2 is 2 minus y1, which is y1 is -1, all divided by x2. x2 is 1 minus x1, which is -2 again. So that and that, so two negative signs, one after the other, gives us a positive value. Okay. So this is just 2 plus 1 divided by that colludes to give us a positive value. So 1 plus 2, which is 3/3. And 3/3, if we divide this by 3, gets us a 1. If we divide that by 3, gets us a 1. 3 by 3 is equal to 1. Okay, good. And then the next step is to just use, so step 2 is to use the equation y equals to mx plus b to find the equation, given that we've already found that m is equal to 1. And then from this, we get that y is equal to 1x plus b. We could just leave this out and have y is equal to x plus b. And if we take this point, 1, 2, we know that x is equal to 1 when y is equal to 2. So if we sub in the values for y and x, we got that 2 is equal to 1 plus b. And to isolate the b, we can just subtract 1 on both sides. And we get that 2 minus 1 is just 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0, plus b. So b is equal to 1. So this tells us that the equation for the line that goes through those 2 points is y is equal to 1x plus 1. And we can just drop this 1 here and have that y is equal to x plus 1 if you want to be neat. So yeah, I hope you found this video to be insightful. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.